Start date 6/6/2022. 666 6 6 and 18/9 by NUSTARADAMUS. The moon's in Virgo, the shepherd owl. Day of reorganization and reorder. Mercury is direct. Sun in Gemini at 17 degrees. Solar is sign Sagittarius. That's the universal day. In the sign of the traveler, knowledge, expansion, wisdom, the sage, and the healer. The universalist is in Pisces, 7 degrees. This is a wonderful combination. Mutable, adaptive, wonderfulness. Today, here covering the 7 super soldiers in the competition for control and survival on the planet Earth and within the universal fields. Here's the map of today's share. We are competing against the Fortune 500s and the 7 super soldiers are at work. Superman, Batman, Flash, Green Lantern, Captain America, Wonder Woman, and the Silver Surfer. These are actual people, but also just beings and representations. Herein, the soldiers of the Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, and Uranus, or I should say Mars, is included, with Captain America probably, and Jupiter is really the Silver Surfer. Wonder Woman is Saturn, Hera, the responsible one. And Green Lantern represents Venus, the chemical, elemental, natural world environment, and its poisons, which we must identify and be aware of. The Flash is working with Mercury and the mentality, ideas, ideologies, movement, electronic medias, and all the rest of that tech world community, and psychological, whatever view you have of that, control or hypnotism, and observational quality of real awareness. Batman works with the moon and the heart and the protection, loyalty, and security systems. Superman is aware of everything and has all the superpowers of the sun. My idea is something to do with the GoFundMe project for the real Fortune 500, something like a 7x7 network and a 5x52 day cycle of the year, 365 days, of an investment relation with the Solar Star Lottery, which I have discovered and able to predict the major lotteries and the minor local state lotteries. This is something like a $50 a day project, perhaps $210 a month, with investors or people share $1 per day. about $25 to $30 a month, which is $175, and or could be just $25 a week. Okay? Whatever it is, it's about sharing and working with a community of people or a organization of individuals who are willing to either play or to invest as a GoFundMe project or GoFund Us project, which I like that word much better. I'm going to use that. Here is what the companies have done around the world. The competitive, super corporate brats and dark lords and monetists, monopolists, FedEx, Bell South, ExxonMobil, General Electric, Johnson & Johnson, Roadway Express, Monsanto, Amazon, Gecko, Google, and Walmart, as almost representing God on earth, which is universal worship of the gods, energy, and money. Yes, for good reasons as well as not so good. In this field of light that we exist in, they really don't have a organization that is totally aware of the universal effects on the environment, as an example, and nature, people, and the universal fields, electromagnetics, and gravity being at the center or the whole, pushing and pulling on all of our own electromagnetic bodies. That's how it works. And these companies know that. They're using that with the media programming and the electronic money system and the investment, insurance, medical, and other product sales. It's all inclusive, run big time by the man insanities and the Amazonia bozos and the googly gates of hell. These could be terms. It all depends on our point of view. I'd rather not point fingers. Here is just what's going on. It's run in an alienation, covidity, human control experiment for millenniums. And only now are man becoming aware of this universal field of domination and alienation. There's space stations around the globe, around planets, across the empire. We can call them that. Sometimes a space station could be called a planet or an asteroid or a sun star. Or, getting larger, it's at the galactic level with the field of stars in the Milky Way, as an example here. It's a mountain of light. And we have next the Messiah, or the Messier complex of galaxies. That's our local galaxy complex. I call the river and or the Lanikai is another name for it in the star field of our universe and creation. And beyond that is the great Oceanus, the great attractor, the prime tree of heaven, being closer to the physical or creation model. But this is actually, going back to the great attractor, is the ocean of dark matter, which they can or cannot prove exists yet. And all the models are trying to grasp something that includes this gravitational wave field and black hole centers of the galaxy, the Messiah cluster, and the great attractor, the most powerful one in our universe, in this universe local, that is the whole universal. It's infinitely large compared to our estimations. and abilities to grasp. But this is the model that has been used and repeated throughout all creation and activities, from the stars to the universal fields to the human and planetary worlds and the alien universe, which we see in Star Wars and Star Trek, etc. And here it is, presented by NUSTARADAMUS on the star date 6/6/2022. This is the 666 field. Yeah, the 333 is more of the local three-dimension concepts. It relates to man, body, and soul as well. And soul, spirit, and God, really, in the third dimension. It's not everything. It's certainly not much of anything, except for if we're aware of it at some level, and we have references which we then use to become aware. The real awareness and the true recognition and the pure relation and the living water, that is, a spiritual context, is what we are presenting. It is beyond the religions, it's beyond education, it's beyond nationality, sex, race, and at the same time it's inclusive, controlling, and a dominion that we're all finding cannot be ignored. How do we deal with it? Well, here's a 5-part plan that we use to drive, and you can do this within any field of view. Aim high, get the big picture, keep your awareness moving, keep your eyes alight, leave yourself an out, make sure you have an escape, and or are aware enough to be present instead of losing yourself within the field of hypnographic and holographic visions that we are mostly working with. That's also the emotional, mental, and physical bodies. And finally, make sure they see you. That is, make sure others see you when you're in their presence. Not that you're trying to dominate them, but that they are aware of you. And don't deny that you are part of this field and of what they are with and or what you are with. Very simple. This is a Solaris shorthand of the universal insurance and isness and I-ness, if you will, I-E-Y-E. Yeah, and here it is. I'm going to send this out today. Hope it makes sense to everybody. And if it doesn't, you can always ask and find out more. That's Galactician.blogspot. Check Hey Pan Eagle Song and the real awareness of the new you that is always with the new guides and the new real people universally everywhere. Thank you very much. Woo, that's something else. New you.